Hello guys, today I'm bringing you my top 10 of the best TV shows I have ever watched. For no further ado, let's get into it. Some honorable mentions are The Walking Dead, Prison Break and Vikings. Why did it not make it in? Because I think the seasons developed in a way that I didn't wanted them to, basically. Especially with like the Vikings, basically. Okay, well, barely making in is The Devil's Plan. This is a gaming show where the smartest people from Korea challenge themselves in games, and like basically each episode one person goes out, and the smartest person then wins. I'm gonna try to not spoil as much as possible. So yeah, barely makes it in. But usually I don't include like series that only have one episode. I mean one season, because I like to see the characters develop through the seasons, through the years. But yeah, this is the only one that has only one season.
Ninth, I've got The Outer Banks. The Outer Banks evolve around a group of teenagers who basically find a lot of treasures through the seasons, but they do not become richer. Let's say that much, which is really tilting for the viewer who watches it. But yeah, you just go with the flow, I guess.
8, I've got The 100. Well, I was basically watching The 100 when I was in secondary school. I think like second year when it was Corona time. I still remember the series quite clearly. Like especially the first couple of seasons. I really thought that it had it all. I mean, it had it all. Like it was basically right what I was looking for, and it really didn't disappoint until like I think like 6th season. That's where it got a little bit lame, but like they ended off nicer than I thought it would. So yeah, basically the story goes: a group of people from outer space come to Earth, which they think it's contaminated, but it's not. And the story evolves from that point on, which I will not spoil. So yeah, 7th, Suits. Yeah, Suits I have also watched in the past year. I think most people have watched the series, honestly. Yeah, I mean, it got recommended to me by a friend, and not disappointed, that's for sure. Like, especially like the main guy or the second guy, Harry Specter. Like, I think they did his character just the best. Like, I should tell you why the story goes. But yeah, basically a group of lawyers trying to settle things. Not gonna tell you more. 6th, I've got Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer, yeah, also revolves around poor people and rich people. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, basically it is like a scientific thing. Like it evolves around a moving train that has like perfect temperature inside, all types of people, and basically the richer you are, the further up on the train you are. So the poor people are all the way in the back, and outside it's just like minus 100 Celsius or whatever. So if you step outside, you're instantly dead. And yeah, the story just evolves inside. Like honestly, this is like a very underrated show. Not many people know about it, and yeah, hopefully you watch it. Then 5th, I think, yeah, is The Originals. Yeah, I've got a little thing for vampires, and this is like a sequel to Vampire Diaries, which we'll get onto later. And yeah, just don't want to spoil too much, but I really think this series is also underrated, and like the characters evolve around, like the story goes around the family and like their time in New Orleans. It's been a while since I watched it last, so yeah, watch it, do it. 4th, I've got You. This is like a crime show, basically. No, crime show. Like it's a romantic, but also like thriller stuff. Like it revolves around the person that is basically killing people for love. He says, and he's trying to like find the right one for himself, but he's like more of a stalker. Yeah, it's like a newer series. I think the 4th season came out not too long ago, so a lot of people like been watching the series recently, at least from the people that I know. Yeah, highly recommend. Third, I've got Money Heist, or however you pronounce it. This was actually one of my first seasons. One of my first series that I've ever watched. Yeah, back then I was like really not sure about the series, but like as soon as like I started watching the show, like after one episode, I know this was gonna be one of the best shows I've ever watched. Like I'm not that big into heists and everything like that, but like this one just really didn't disappoint. Like the whole story, like it was true perfection. Like honestly, imagine Prison Break, like the first 3 seasons. Well, this was it basically through all 5 seasons. I thought it was like perfect. I really enjoyed the whole series, but like it's in the name. Money Heist, it goes like it evolves around a heist, and yeah, watch it, do it. Second, Game of Thrones. Okay, this is probably the most watched TV show ever besides Breaking Bad, and like it just doesn't disappoint. Even the ending is a bit like hated from the audience, but like I truly think it's still not bad, and like I think I watched the whole show in I think about 2 or 3 weeks. The show has like 8 seasons if I'm not mistaken, and like if that doesn't tell you that it was like perfect and like really enjoyable to watch, then I don't know what is. But like the show evolves around many like not tribes but like different lands, and like basically try to establish themselves as the kings of the whole map. And yeah, first, this is the best show that I've ever watched, which is probably not gonna be on any other list but other than mine. Vampire Diaries. Yeah, I know, crazy. Why did I chose this show? Dude, I was young when I watched this, and I like even now, like 6 years or like, yeah, I think it's 6 years or 5 years after I started watching this. Like, I have watched this series 3 times, Marine show, 3 times, and like I would watch it for the 4th time. This is like by far my favorite. Like the way they develop the characters, the way the story goes, like they always found a new thing to like keep me on it, like keep me interested. I don't know, it felt like they didn't make too many seasons. It felt like I really got attached to the whole characters. I don't know, like I may have been young when I started watching this, but like even now, year ago, like thinking years back, I still think it's the best. Like after watching all the 70 shows, this one by far the most underrated show, and I truly hope you watch it. Thanks for coming in, guys. Take care and peace. Well, guys, I forgot to tell you like what the story even evolves around. Okay, guys, I forgot to tell you what the story goes on in the Vampire Diaries. Well, basically, it's about a girl and like 2 vampires that want to get her heart.